Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good
Good evening, children. Yeah, we stopped here in the last class. And asked you to try from here. Let's see the answers. The larger of the two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. So whenever in the situation you have two quantities which are compared meaning one is larger, the other is smaller. So when it's compared, you should always be very specific with your assumption. So here you must say, let the larger angle be, X or Y, whatever. So let the larger angle be something. Let the smaller angle be something. So you should be very specific with your assumption. So when two quantities are compared, that is, the larger one, the smaller one, your assumption must be specific. You must say, let the larger one be X, let the smaller one be Y, and so on. So you can see the answer here. Let the larger angle be X degrees. Let the smaller angle be Y degrees. Now what is given? They are supplementary angles. So the default equation is the sum of the two angles is equal to 180 degrees. That's the default assumption because they're supplementary angles. If they were complementary angles, their sum is 90 degrees. Okay, so that's the first equation. And what is the other one given? It's given that the larger angle exceeds the smaller one by 18. So basically the difference between the two angles is 18 degrees. The larger angle exceeds the smaller angle by 18 degrees. So you can write like this: larger angle is equal to smaller angle plus 18. So it's all the same. See, how do you understand this? Larger angle is equal to smaller angle plus 18. The larger of the two angles exceeds the smaller one by 18. So larger one is equal to smaller angle plus 18. Or in other words, larger angle, when you take it to the other side, larger angle minus smaller angle is equal to 18. So both are correct. So basically the difference between the two angles is given. So the difference between the two angles is 18 degrees. You must write the larger angle first minus the smaller angle. The greater angle minus the smaller angle is the difference, which is 18 degrees. So these are the two equations. Write them one below the other. You can directly solve them by the elimination method. Plus y minus y gets eliminated. X plus x is 2x. 180 plus 18 is 198. So x is equal to 198 by 2, 99. So now you got the value of x. How do you find the value of y? So substitute x is equal to 99 in any one of the two equations. So I have substituted in the first one. So when you substitute here, you can find the value of y. So the larger angle is 99 degrees and the smaller angle is 81 degrees. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll show you the slides from the beginning. You can take screenshots later. Now don't do anything because I want you to have it in the order. So I'll once I finish this presentation, I'll show you all the slides from the beginning. Yeah. See the next one. Half the perimeter of a garden. So now this garden is rectangular. When you read further, you can make out this garden is rectangular. It's not given, but since the length and breadth is given, it is a rectangle. Since the length and breadth is given, it's a rectangle. So half the perimeter of a garden whose length is 4 more than its width is 36. So now how do you understand this information? How do you understand this information? Don't read this. Half the perimeter of the garden is 36 meters. See, in English, you come across sentences like this. For example, Amit, who lives in Delhi, is a successful businessman. So here, two things about Amit is given to you. Amit lives in Delhi and Amit is a successful businessman. Two things are given to you in one sentence. Amit, see the comma used, Amit. See the comma here. Amit, who lives in Delhi. So that's an information about Amit for you. See, actually, they want to say that Amit is a successful businessman. Along with that, they're giving you another information. Actually, the information is Amit is a successful businessman. That's it. But they want to tell you more about Amit. Amit, who lives in Delhi, is a successful businessman. So for that, we use the commas. You should place the comma. See, if you don't use the comma, then it's difficult to read this, difficult to read the sentence as well, comprehend its meaning. In the same way here, see here, half the perimeter of a garden, see the comma. So don't read this. Half the perimeter of a garden is 36 meters. See, sometimes in maths, they don't give importance to the comma. You put it, that's all. If you can't, if it, you will understand. When you read it, you will understand where to use the comma. So use the comma and read, get the full meaning of the information given. So the commas must be placed here. Half the perimeter of a garden is 36 meters. What else is given? The length is 4 more than its width. That's what is given here. What is given here? The length is 4 more than its width. That's what is given here. That's what is given here. So we have two different, information. One is half the perimeter of the garden is 36. So we know that 2 into L plus B is the formula to find the perimeter. So half of the perimeter will be half into this. So it is L plus B. Perimeter of the garden is given by the, see, it's a rectangular garden because the length and breadth is given. It's a rectangular garden because length and breadth is given. And we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into L plus B. Now, this is not perimeter, half the perimeter. So, okay, half of 2 into L plus B. So, what is half the perimeter? It is nothing but L plus B. So, L plus B is equal to 36 is the first equation. And the other equation is the length is 4 more than its width. So, that is the breadth plus 4. The length is more. The length is more. So, length is more. That is the breadth plus 4. Or you can write length minus breadth is equal to 4. Both are the same. The difference between the length and breadth is 4. That's what is given. The difference between the length and breadth is 4. Which is greater? Length is greater. So length minus breadth is equal to 4. So these are the two equations. Write them one below the other and solve for L and B. Have a look at the presentation. I just want to check how many of you in the meeting. So we have Florentina, Prajit, Arjun, Danya, Jayant, Sashank, Madhumita, Raja, Raghavi, Rakshita, Ritika, Shri Ranjan, Shri Krishmi. Okay. Okay. I think Dileepan is missing. All right. All right, children. So that's what it is. You can have a look. I'll just check with Dileep and children. Just have a look at the slide. Yeah, got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next one. A man starts his job with a certain monthly salary and earns a fixed increment every year. Okay, so the salary is fixed and then the increment, there's a fixed increment every year. Supposing the salary when he joins, it was fixed at 5,000. So every year, say he gets an increment of 100 rupees. Okay, so first year he'll get an increment of 100, then next year 100 plus 100, 200, third year 300, meaning every year it will keep increasing by 100. So there's something which is fixed and there's an increment also. Okay, so let that fixed monthly salary be X and let that fixed increment, like every year his salary increases by 100 rupees, right? So let that be Y. Let that increment every year be Y. Let the fixed salary be X. Let that increment portion, okay, that amount which is the increment be Y. Now this is the increment per year. So for 4 years, the increment will be 4Y. Y is the increment per year. For one, because it's fixed, no, the increment is fixed. So let that fixed increment be Y. So for 2 years, the increment will be 2Y. For 10 years, 10Y. But this is only the increment. What will be the salary after 10 years? X plus 10Y, because the fixed salary of X plus the increment 10Y. Why 10Y? One year increment Y, 10 years 10Y. So the increment plus the original salary is the total salary. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let that fixed salary be X and let the increment every year be Y. So see here. Okay. So let the starting salary of the man be rupees X. Let the fixed annual increment be rupees Y. So salary after 4 years, so 4 times would have got increment. Increment per year is Y. 4 years, 4Y. So what will be the salary X plus the increment 4Y? And what is that X plus 4Y equal to? 1,500. 1,500. X plus 4Y is equal to 1,500 is the first equation. Similarly, the second equation, 1,800 is the salary after 10 years of service. So what will be the salary after 10 years of service? X is the initial salary and increment is 10Y because Y per year for 10 years, 10Y. This is the increment. So the salary after 10 years will be X plus 10Y and that is equal to 1,800. This is the fixed salary. This is the increment. So after 4 years, it will be X plus the increment 4Y is equal to 1,500. After 10 years, X plus the increment 10Y is equal to the salary 1,800. So we need to solve these two equations. Again, you don't have to make the coefficients equal because already you can cancel out X and minus X. So you just have to change the signs. Write the equations one below the other. Change the signs in the second equation because we have X plus X, which is 2X. You cannot cancel X and X. They must have opposite signs. The variables must have the same coefficient with opposite signs. So you have to change the sign. So I told you yesterday, I cannot put it here. So actually you're going to change it like this here, minus, minus, and minus here. But since I cannot type it like that, it'll be below. These are the signs which I've changed. It will be below here. So X and minus X gets cancelled. 4Y minus 10Y minus 6Y. 1,500 minus 1,800 minus 300. So Y is 50. So substitute in any one of the two equations to find the value of X. So the starting salary is 1,300 and the increment is 50 rupees. That fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move on, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now look at this. In a triangle ABC, so the default equation is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Because in a triangle ABC, so the default equation is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. So questions like this, can be tried in different ways. I'll show you. I have two of it here. I'll just show you both. So you can see here I've called angle A as x degrees and B as y degrees. Okay. I've called angle A as x and B as y. And what is angle C given to be? 3 times angle B. See, what is this information? All these three are equal. Angle C is thrice angle B. Angle C is also twice of angle A plus B. Angle C is equal to thrice angle B. This is true. This is also true. Angle C is equal to twice of angle A plus B. This is also true. Now, I have used this information. Angle C is equal to thrice of angle B. So that means what is angle C? Angle C is equal to 3y because the 3 times angle B and angle B is y, so 3y. Now, what is angle C? Also equal to twice of A plus B. So angle C is 3y. 3y is equal to 2 times x plus y. Is that understood, children? What I've done so far? I've called
Yes,
angle
ma'am.
A as x. Yeah, I've called angle A as x. I've called angle B as y. Now we have two things from here. Angle B, angle C is equal to thrice angle B. You can see here. And angle C is also equal to twice of A plus B. So you can see here. Now using both, using angle C is equal to thrice angle B, we say angle C is equal to 3 times y because angle B is y, so 3 times y. And also using this information, angle C, since it is 3y, 3y is equal to 2 into A plus B, x plus y. So now this itself becomes an equation. This itself is an equation. Work this one, work this. So you get 3y is equal to 2x. Open the bracket, 2x plus 2y. And then you know that you bring all the variables to one side, and then this is the equation. Now the other one is the sum of the three angles is equal to 180. Using this, we get one equation. This one. It's a continuation, children. See, from here I've continued. When you open the bracket, 2x, 2y. So this is the first equation. And then as we understood, the default equation is angle A plus B plus C is 180. So A is x, B is y, and C is 3y. See here, C is 3y. 3y is equal to 180. So x plus 4y is equal to 180. So these are the two equations. These are the two equations. But you see that the coefficients are not the same. It's 2 here, minus 2x. See, these are the two equations. This is one equation. This is the other equation. Look at the x and y terms. Minus 2x plus x plus y plus 4y. So you have to equate the coefficients, make the coefficients equal. So what can we do? What have I done? I want to eliminate x. So I look at this one, minus 2x, and this is x. So it's enough if you multiply this equation by 2. If you multiply this equation by 2, you'll get 2x, 8y, 360. So they'll become 2x. So here also we have 2x. So multiply the second. It's not compulsory that you should multiply both the equations by something. In that case, you're multiplying this equation by 1 and this one by 2. That's all. You can write, see, these are called equivalent equations. When you multiply this equation by 2, you're writing an equivalent equation. When you multiply this equation by 2, you're writing its equivalent equation. So it's not that if you multiply this by 2, you should multiply this also by something. But if at all you feel why not, then it's into 1. That's all it is. So, and when you multiply by 2, it's not only 2x. It is 2 into x, 2x, 2 into 4y, 8y, 2 into 180, 360. You must multiply every term in that equation by 2. Every term in that equation by 2. So you can see here, solving equation 1 and 2 we get, I've written the first equation. Then the second equation here, I've written this and I've multiplied by 2. So again, you can see the first equation here. The second equation, 2x, 8y, 360. You can see it here. Now you don't have to change the signs because as it is, it's minus 2x plus 2x. So they get cancelled. So don't change the signs. Changing signs is also not compulsory. You can add the two equations or subtract the two equations. You can do both. Whichever is, feasible to that situation. So here you should not change the signs because already minus 2x plus 2x, they'll get cancelled. If you change the sign, it will become minus, then minus 2x is minus 4x. You cannot cancel it out. So supposing this was plus, then you should change the signs. Then only it will be 2x minus 2x will get cancelled. So if you don't change the signs, you're adding the two equations. If you change the signs, you're subtracting the two equations. Okay, so here we are adding the two equations because we are not changing the sign. So that means we are adding the two equations. Minus 2x plus 2x gets cancelled. Now, y plus 8y, 9y is equal to 360, y is 40, and then you know what to do. Go through, children. All right, children. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Next one. This is the other method, children. So here, what I've done is, this is what is given to us. This is what is given to us. So we know that twice of angle A plus B is equal to C. That means A plus B is equal to C by 2. A plus B is equal to this 2 comes for division, no? So C by 2. So now this we know. In any triangle, the sum of the three angles is 180. Now instead of A plus B, use C by 2. So C by 2 plus C is equal to 180. So take the LCM now. So you know how to find the LCM for angle C by 2 and angle C. Angle C. So 2 is the common denominator. So you will get angle C plus 2C, twice angle C. So thrice angle C by 2 is equal to 180. So angle C is equal to, this 3 by 2 will go to the other side as 2 by 3. This 3 by 2 will come to the other side as 2 by 3. So when you simplify, you get, I'm repeating, see, I cannot, don't think you should also write 120 into 2 by 3 and next step suddenly you will get 120. How? You have to cancel. 3 ones are 360 times. All this cancelling you will have to show, children. I cannot type it like that on Word. All that cancelling and all that, I cannot do it on Word. So you have to do this in your book. 3 ones are 3 6 are 18, 60. So 16 to 2 is 120. So now we found angle C. And what is given? Angle C is thrice of angle B. So that means angle C, see under angle C I've written 120 is equal to thrice of angle B. So angle B is equal to 120 by 3, angle B is equal to 40 degrees. Now use the angle sum property and find, two angles. No, you found angle C and angle B. So you can find angle A using A plus B plus C is equal to 180. I repeat this. So how we do this is we equate these two. That is twice of angle A plus B is equal to angle C. We use this angle C is equal to twice of angle A plus B. So twice of angle A plus B is equal to C. So A plus B, angle A plus angle B is equal to this 2 comes for division angle C by 2. Now use the angle sum property. Here, instead of angle A plus angle B, use C by 2. Angle A plus angle B is equal to C by 2. Angle C by 2 plus this angle C is equal to 180. Take the LCM. How will you take LCM for half plus 1? 3 by 2, no? In the same way. So 3 thrice angle C by 2 is equal to 180. 3 by 2 on the other side becomes 2 by 3. Upon cancelling, you get C is equal to 120. After finding the measure of angle C, you'll have to find the others A and B. Now B you can find because you have another information. Angle C is equal to 3 times angle B. Angle C is 3 times angle B. So C is 120. Under C, you should write 120 is equal to 3 times angle B. After finding C 120, see here, this is the other equation. Angle C is equal to thrice angle B. So under angle C, 120 is equal to 3 times angle B, we don't know. So now this 3 will come to the other side for division. So angle B is equal to 120 by 3, which is 40 degrees. Now we have found angle C and angle B. Now use the angle sum property to find angle A. All right, children. Next one. So here we are given in terms of X and Y, we have some information. Again, it's a triangle. ABC is a triangle. Angle A, angle B, angle C. These are the 3 angles of triangle ABC. So we know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 1. Sorry. Yeah. Angle A plus angle B. Can you see my screen, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Angle A is given to be X plus angle B 3X minus 2. Angle C Y is equal to 180. So this is one equation. A plus B plus C is 180 because it's a triangle. A is X, B is 3X minus 2 and C is Y. So from this, you will get one equation in X and Y. Then the other equation is angle C minus angle B is equal to 9. Angle C is Y minus angle B. Be very careful. Minus, write 3x minus 2 in a bracket. Because minus B. So minus 3x minus 2 in a bracket is equal to 9. And now you know Y minus 3x plus 2. Minus into minus plus 2 is equal to 9. So you get another equation. Solve these two equations and find the values of X and Y. Have a look, children. Please go through the slide, children. So here, again, you don't see if you want to eliminate x, yes, you have to multiply this equation by 3 and this equation by 4. Supposing you want to eliminate x. Okay, then you will have to multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 4. Only then 4x into 3, this will become 12x. Y into 3 is 3y. And 182 into 3. 182 into 3 is 546. 546. Then here you will get into 4. So minus 12x into 4. So 4y and into 4, 28. If you want to eliminate x, yes, you should do this. Now you can directly eliminate y because their coefficients are already equal, 1 and 1. But just that it's plus y, so it's plus 2y. You cannot eliminate actually. So we change the signs. That means we subtract the two equations. Because we change the signs, that means we're subtracting the two equations. Equation 1 minus equation 2. So sometimes we do equation 1 plus equation 2. That is when we don't change the signs. Now here it is equation 1 minus equation 2. You can do anything. So change the signs, plus y minus y gets cancelled. 4x minus 3x. Oh my God, sorry. 4x plus 3x is 7x. And 182 minus 7. Take the changed sign. Forget the original sign. Take the changed sign, the new sign. Solve for x and y. And then you have to find the angle. So put it in the expressions for angle A, angle B, and angle C. Put it in these expressions and find the measures of angles A, B, and C. Okay, children. Now, who can tell me the property of a cyclic quadrilateral? The property of a cyclic quadrilateral?
Ma'am, opposite angle.
Opposite angles are supplementary.
Very good. Yes. So many of us remember that in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. In a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. So using that property of a cyclic quadrilateral, we construct the equations here. You can also use the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. You can also do that and get one equation. The sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. You can also use that and get one equation. And the other one you can get using opposite angles are supplementary. Or you can get both the angles, sorry, both the equations using the property that in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. So using that property, angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So that means, okay, and then angle B plus angle D is equal to 180. So using this, you can construct two equations, solve the two equations and find the values of X and Y, and hence find the measures of angles A, B, C, and D. So this is the first equation. Sorry. So children, see here. So when you get 2x plus 2y is equal to 166, you see that every term can be, every term is divisible by 2. You see that every term is divisible by 2. So you can simplify this equation further by dividing the equation by 2 throughout. So divide by 2. So you will get x, divide by 2, y, divide by 2, 83. You should always simplify equations. See, supposing this was say like 11. You can't divide this by 2 and this by 2. You can divide this by 2 and write 5.5. That is correct. Not that it should be exactly divisible. If you want, you can write 5.5 also. But you should not do this. That is, supposing this was 11, you cannot divide this by 2 and this by 2 and leave this as 11. If you divide, you should divide all the terms. So here we have 3 terms. You should divide all the terms by the same number. So divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And that's how we get this equation. And the second equation is 4x plus y is equal to 182. See, you should have x and y on one side and the number on the other side. Have x and y terms on one side in the LHS and the number or the constant on the RHS. So see here x and y on one side, the LHS, and the constant 182 on the RHS. Now write the equations one below the other. The coefficients are already equal. You can see 1y, 1y. But it's plus 1y plus 1y. So you have to change the signs, which means you're doing equation 1 minus equation 2. So change the signs, cancels. X minus 4x. Take the new sign, x minus 4x. Minus 3x. Don't get confused, children. This is the new sign, minus x minus 4x minus 3x. 83 minus 182. See, this is the new sign. Minus 99. So x is 33. Once you get x, you can find y by substituting. Now that you got x and y, find all the angles of the quadrilateral by substituting the values of x and y in the relevant expressions. Was it easy, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. Now, I'm not very sure because I have not taken printouts, which is easy, children. Will it be easy for you to take printouts if I share the images on WhatsApp or if you take screenshots now?
Screenshot.
Ma'am, if you send it on WhatsApp,
I'm
From WhatsApp.
I'm sent on WhatsApp.
yes, ma'am, WhatsApp might be easy.
Correct. No, even I thought the same. I feel it might be kind of that darkened or, that blackish impression when you take it from the screenshot. I don't know. I think then I'll share it on WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I'll
ma'am.
share it on WhatsApp. Yeah. So all of you don't write. See, you should go through. You must practice. But it's time consuming to write all this in your classwork notebook. So anyways, you're going to do that in school. So I think you can, because there's nothing much in this. You'll have to read the question, construct the equations, and you know how to solve it. That's it. Nothing difficult about this. Just that the situations are different. You need to understand how to construct the equations, after reading the question. So it's enough if you revise. Okay, let's go to the next one. What about Dileepan and Sri Ranjan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Any issues like you're able to see my screen clearly, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I can.
Dileepan?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any delay when I change the slides?
No, ma'am.
Okay. For you, Sri Ranjan?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and my voice is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you do. Fine. See, this is the next one. On selling a TV at 5% gain and a fridge at 10% gain, a shopkeeper gains rupees 3250. But if he sells the TV at 10% gain and the fridge at 5% loss, he gains 1,500. Find the actual CP of the television and that of the fridge. So, supposing the CP of the TV is say 5,000 rupees. Now, how do we find the gain? How do you find the gain on selling the TV? Let's assume that CP of the TV is rupees 5,000. Okay. So how do we find the gain? Gain is given to be 5%. Okay. Oh, 10%.
5,000.
1 minute. TV 5%, fridge 10%. Okay. So now gain is expressed in two ways. Gain can be expressed as a percentage and in rupees. gain can be expressed as a percentage and in terms of rupees. See, you can say that your the business profit was, like 80%, or you can even tell it in numbers. You can say some 8 crores or 80 lakhs or 8,000, whatever. So you can express gain or profit in terms of percentage or money, rupees. So now gain here is given as a percentage. You need to find it in terms of rupees. So gain in rupees will be 5% of the CP. 5% of the CP. So 5% means 5 by 100. Of means into CP is 5,000. 5% means 5 by 100 always. Percentage means divided by 100. What do you mean by this percent? Percent means out of 100. Per means out of. Century, 100. 5% meaning 5 by 100. See, when you say I've got 85% in maths, that means you've got 85 by 100. It's not 85 by 200. If you say you've got 85% in maths, that means I will not ask you out of how much. Because when you say 85%, it means 85 by 100 only. That means you've got 85 for 100 marks. Okay. So now, if you assume that CP of the television to be rupees 5,000, and the profit percent is given to be 5%. So what is the profit in rupees? Profit in rupees will be 5% of the CP. Of the CP meaning of 5,000 rupees. So 5% is 5 by 100. Of in mathematics means into, and CP is 5,000. Loss also. Supposing it's given loss is 5%. Loss is 5%. Same way, how will you find loss? Same thing. Loss is 5% of the CP. So that is 5 by 100 of it. Loss doesn't become minus 5. Same thing, 5 by 100 into the CP 5,000. And that also is how much? What is this when you cancel? 250. 250. But what is the difference? When it's a profit, the selling price is 5,000 plus 250, which is 5,250. But if it is a loss, the selling price is 5,000 minus 250, which is 4,750. That is the difference. The value is the same. The value, see, when it is 5% profit or 5% loss, the value in terms of rupees is the same. It's 250 rupees only. 250 rupees profit or 250 rupees loss. But then how does it matter? Then if it is the same, then how does it matter? It matters because the selling price is different. If it's a profit, your selling price is 5,000 plus the profit 250, 5,250. But if it's a loss, it's 5,000 minus 250, which is 4,750. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, how do we construct the equations? So the gain, see here, the total gain in the first transaction, the total gain is given. What is the total gain? Total gain is equal to 3250. In the second one also, it's a total gain. Total gain is equal to 1,500. So how do you find the total gain? In the first transaction, since it's a profit in both, it will be a gain on selling the TV plus the gain on selling the fridge is equal to the total gain of 3250 is the first equation. Total gain, not CP or SP, total gain, that means only the profit percent. The total gain is 3250. That means the gain on selling the television plus the gain on selling the fridge is equal to 3250. And the next one is he sells the television at 10% profit, but the fridge at 5% loss. So how do you construct the second equation? It is the gain on selling the television minus the loss on selling the fridge is equal to 1,500, because loss means you're not getting the money. So that means you're setting off that loss on this gain. Okay, you will understand that. I don't have to. So in the second case, total gain is 1,500. How do you represent that? Gain on selling the television minus the loss on selling the fridge is equal to 1,500. So in the first case, it is gain plus gain is equal to total gain. In the second one, it is gain minus loss is equal to total gain. In the first one, it is, how do you construct the equation? Gain plus gain is equal to total gain. Total gain. Gain is profit. In the second one, gain minus loss is equal to total gain. Because here the gain is more than the loss. That's why it's still a gain. Supposing you run two business. One business profit is 1,000. The other business loss is 200. So still you're making a profit of 800. One business profit 1,000. Other business loss 200. So anyways, you're getting home a profit of 800. So you're setting off the loss on the profit you've got here. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
now you
ma'am.
can understand. Very good. Now you can understand the equations, children. Don't go ahead of me, please. Yeah. So you can see, let the CP of the TV be rupees X. Let the CP of the fridge be rupees Y. Now, gain on selling the TV. What is the gain on selling the TV? 5% gain. So how do you find 5% of the CP of the TV? 5% of X, because CP of the TV is X. So 5% of X, 5 by 100 into X, which is X by, see again, you should cancel 5 ones are 520 times. So X by 20. Gain on selling the gain only we are finding, not this SP, only the gain. Gain on selling the TV is equal to 5% of the CP of the TV. So 5% of X, which is X by 20. Now gain on selling the fridge in the same way, 10% of the CP of the fridge. So when you cancel, you get Y by 10. Now the total gain is given. In the first case, total gain is 3250. So X by 20 plus Y by 10 is equal to 3250. In the second one again, the same way, children, gain and then loss. Loss, I told you, loss will be Y by 20. Again, you'll have to cancel. Simplify. You should cancel like this and you get X by 10. Here it is 5 ones are 520 times, so Y by 20. Now in the second transaction, net gain is this one. So it is X by 10 minus Y by 20 is equal to 1500. So now how do we simplify, or how do you solve the two equations? The first equation is like, see again, you can see, you can do it like this also, children. Listen to me carefully. See, you can also do it like this. What can you also do? You can also do this. You can take the LCM here. See this equation, you can take the LCM 20. So what will you get here? X plus 2y is equal to 3250. So on cross multiplying, you'll get X plus 2y is equal to 0, 0, 0, 1 carry over 5 and 6. You can also construct the, see, if you don't want the denominators, you can do this. So you'll get an equation like X plus 2y is equal to 65,000. This is also correct. And the second equation, you can take the LCM. Again, the LCM is 20 for the second equation. LCM is 20. So you get 2x. What is it? Minus y is equal to 1500. So when you cross multiply, you get 2x minus y is equal to 31,230. Is this understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So if it is a no, please say no. We don't have to always say yes, children.
Understood,
Anybody does not
ma'am.
understand that? I'll repeat.
Ma'am, I think you can repeat.
Yes. One minute. Yes, Sri Ranjan. See here, X by 20 plus Y by 10 is equal to 3250. Yes, what's the LCM of 20 and 10? 20. Okay, so it will be 20 into 1, so X into 1. So you will get X in the numerator, plus 10 into 2 is 20, so into 2 here. So plus 2Y is equal to 3250. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now cross multiply. What will you get? X plus 2y is equal to Multiply these two numbers. 325 into 2 is 650. And then 2 more zeros. This is the first equation. Is that okay?
Fine.
Yeah. Now look at the second equation. This is the second equation. Okay, what's the LCM here?
Again 20, ma'am.
Again 20. So it will be 10 into 1 is 20. So into 1 here. 20 into 1. Oh, sorry. 10 into 2 is 20. So it will be into 2 here. 20 into 1. So into 1. So you'll get 2x minus y is equal to 1500. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah,
then
now cross multiply. 2x minus y is equal to 15 2s are 30 and 3 zeros. So this is second equation. You can also do it like this. Yeah, I have continued with the fractions itself. That's what I'm trying to say. We can also take the LCM cross multiply and make equations like this. I have not done that. I have just done it in a different way. So you can also do this. This also is a very common way of solving. Okay, so what have I done? I've written the first equation as it is, this one as it is. Okay, and this is the second equation. So now I'm trying to equate x by this one and this one. Now here it is x by 20. How will this become x by 20? How will x by 10 become x by 20? You should multiply by 1 by 2. Then x into 1 is x. 10 into 2 is 20. See, children, I want to eliminate x. In the first equation, we have x by 20. In the second equation, we have x by 10. Now, I want to make, see, you can also multiply the first equation by 2. Anything is fine. See, if you want to make x by 20, x by 10, then you should multiply by 2. Then 2 ones are 2 tens are. So it will become x by 10. So you can multiply this one by 2. Then it will become x by 10. Or you can multiply the second equation by 1 by 2. So why have I multiplied by 1 by 2? Because I want this x by 10 to become x by 20. I want x by 10 to become x by 20. So what will I do? I'll multiply by 1 by 2. So then it will become x by 20. X into 1 is x, 10 into 2 is 20. It will become x by 20. Then I can eliminate x by 20. Meaning I can eliminate x. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I said if you
Yes,
want.
ma'am.
Very good. So if you want this x by 20 to become x by 10, x by 20 to become x by 10, you can multiply this equation by 2. When you multiply by 2, when you multiply this equation by 2, you'll get x by 10. And when you multiply y by 10 into 2, you will get y by 5 is equal to this into 2. Every term you should multiply by 2. So this is what I've done here. Okay, now see the next equation. So the first equation as it is. See this one. X by 20, y by 10, 3250. X by 20, y by 10, 3250. As it is. This. See the second equation. Did it in your mind, children? So it becomes x by 20 minus what?
X by
Y
10.
by 40. Y by 40.
Yeah, is equal to
7,750.
750. Now I want all of you to understand this. How do you multiply by half? X by 10 into half minus y by 20 into half. 1500 into half. Every term should be multiplied by half. So this will become x by 20. This will become y by 40. This will become 7,500. So now x by 20, x by 20. They have the same sign. So you'll have to change the signs. Then they get cancelled. Now this is y by 10 plus y by 40. Take the new sign. Y by 10 plus y by 40 is equal to 3,250 minus 750. Now if you take LCM and proceed, children. The rest of it you can understand. Go through the slide. I'll just have some water and come back, children. Please go through the answer.
Ma'am,
Done, children?
ma'am, they have told us to find the gain, ma'am, but you have found the CP.
No. Find the actual cost price of the TV and that of the fridge.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. X and Y are the cost price of the television and the fridge.
Okay.
Using the cost price, we find the gain. X by 20 is the gain on selling the television. Y by 10 is the gain on selling the fridge. Together, the gain is 3250. So X plus 20 plus Y by 10 is 3250. Dileepan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me how to take the LCM and proceed with this equation. Tell me.
Let's see, ma'am.
Yeah, what is the LCM of the denominators here?
20, ma'am.
Okay, then numerator
X plus 2y.
is equal to?
3,250.
Okay, cross multiply.
Yes.
I can't hear you. X plus 2y is equal to?
Huh?
Yeah, x plus 2y is equal to?
Once again, calculate.
Yeah. Okay.
65,000, ma'am.
65,000. All right. Then what about the second equation when you take the LCM?
Ma'am, 2x minus 2x minus y by 20.
Is equal to 1,500.
Okay.
So when you cross multiply, 2x minus y is equal to?
30,000.
30,000. Now how will you simplify these two equations? Dilipan.
One second. 2x by 20.
I don't want the values of x and y. What will you do next? I want to know. What next?
We can multiply by 2.
You will multiply which equation by 2? The first one or the second one?
First one.
Okay, so what will happen? 2 into x is 2x. Then what will happen to 2y? It will become
4y.
4y. And 65,000 will become 1,30,000.
1
Correct?
lakh. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Then will you change the signs or not?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So minus,
Plus.
plus, minus. Then tell me what is the simplified form? 4y.
5y equals 1 lakh.
5y equals 1 lakh.
30,000.
What are you subtracting here? 1,30,000 minus what?
Okay. 30,000. 1 lakh.
1 lakh. 5y is equal to 1 lakh.
1 lakh. Yes.
Yeah, so y is equal to 1 lakh by 5, which is 20,000. And that's what you got here. Y, see here, 20,000.
Yes.
Yeah. So children, anyways, you can do it when you have numbers in the denominator, always take LCM, cross multiply, you will get. Otherwise, if you're comfortable with fractions, you can continue like this.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. Next one. Jamila sold a table and chair for rupees 1,050. So you should be careful when you read the question. Here, what is 1,050? It is the selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair. Because it's given Jamila sold a table and a chair for rupees 1,050. It's not the gain here, it's the selling price. Jamila sold a table and a chair for this much. That means the selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair is equal to 1,050. And then makes a profit of 10%, 25%. Okay. If she had taken a profit of 25% on the table and 10% of the chair, she would have got, meaning again selling price this is. Because here it is selling price. So here also it's selling price. She would have got rupees 1,065. Find the cost price of each. So the difference between the last question and this question is that in the last question, it is gain plus gain is equal to total gain, or gain minus loss is equal to total gain. Here it is SP plus SP is equal to total SP. Here it is SP plus SP is equal to total SP. So everywhere it's a profit. So how do you find SP? CP plus profit is SP. Cost price plus profit is equal to selling price, or cost price minus loss is equal to selling price. But here everywhere it's a profit. So CP plus profit is equal to SP. So you can understand this. Yeah, children. So let the CP of the table be X and chair be Y. So how do you find the selling price of the table? CP of the table plus the profit. Follow me. Don't go ahead. SP of the table is equal to CP of the table plus the profit. What is the CP of the table? X. What's the profit? 10% off X. Because see here, it's given 10% on the table, 25% on the chair. Plus 10% of X. That's the profit alone. 10% of X is the profit alone. So X plus 10 by 100 into X. So it will be X by 10. X plus X by 10 on taking the LCM, 11X by 10 is the selling price of the table. In the same way, you should find the selling price of the chair. How will you find the selling price? Cost price plus profit. Cost price is Y. Profit is 25% of Y. 4 times, so Y by 4. When you add these two by taking the LCM, you will get 5Y by 4. Now, what is given? The total selling price is 1050. That means the selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair is 1050. So this one plus this one is equal to 1050. And yeah, I've taken the LCM, cross multiplied, and I've got this one. Same way, you should do the second one. The percentages are different. 25% on the table. So table is 25%. And chair 10%. Chair is 10%. It's exchanged. And the total selling price is 1065. So selling price plus the selling price is equal to the total selling price of 1065. Again, LCM and cross multiply. So these are the two equations, children. These are the two equations. Now, there is something special about these two equations. What is the, you can see that the coefficient of X in the first equation and the coefficient of Y in the second equation is the same. Yes or no? The coefficient of, yeah, the coefficient of X in the first equation and the coefficient of Y in the second equation is the same. And also the coefficient of Y in the first equation and the coefficient of X in the second equation are the same. The constants can be anything. The constants can be anything. Don't worry about that. So again, coefficients, you know, they can have different signs also. It can be plus 22 and minus 22 here. That's also okay. Just that numerical part, which is called the absolute value. That should be the same. Sign also can be different. Sign can be the same or different. See, for example, if it was minus 25 here, it's okay. It's 25. The absolute value is important. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm saying is, when you observe that in two equations, the coefficients are exchanged like this. Constants can be anything. Then we solve such equations by the special method. So when do we use the special method?
When the coefficients of different variables are same.
Correct. When the coefficient of X in the first equation and the coefficient of Y in the second equation, they are the same. The absolute values are the same, meaning it can be plus minus, plus 22 minus 22, that's fine. Or it can be minus 22 minus 22, that's also fine. And here also, when we have two equations of this kind, then we solve such equations using the special method. And how does that special method work? So what we do is we add the two equations. We add these two equations. And then we also subtract the two equations. You can do anything first. You can subtract and then add, or you can add and subtract anything. So what is adding? Basically, adding is you don't change the signs in the second equation, and subtracting is you change the signs in the second equation. So by adding the two equations and subtracting the two equations, we get two more new equations, but they'll be simpler. By adding and subtracting the two equations, we get two more simpler equations. We solve those two equations and find the values of x and y. So see here. Equation 1 plus equation 2. So we add, meaning we don't change the signs. Here equation 1 minus equation 2. So we change the signs. So we get two new equations which are called 3 and 4. We solve equations 3 and 4 to find the values of x and y. Is the format understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So add the two equations. So then 22x plus 25. See, adding means still not the literal addition. Adding means we don't change the signs. That's all it means. Adding the two equations means don't change the signs. Subtracting means change the signs. After you do that, you should do whatever the signs say. So what is it? It's plus 22 plus 25. So it's plus 47. Supposing, see, I'm just saying, supposing it was a minus here. You should not add 22 and 25 and say 47. You only said you should add. When I say add, don't change the signs. When I say subtract, change the signs. That's all it is. Yeah, go through, children. So what do you understand, children? (22 plus 25 is 47. 25 plus 22 is 47. And when you add these two, see, you just do what the signs say. So as I was telling you, supposing it's a minus here. 22 minus 25 is minus 3. Do whatever the signs say. So here you can see that 47 is common throughout. So take out 47 common. See, it's just a guess, you know. See, how will you know that this is divisible by 47? So you just have to try 423 divided by 47. So 47, okay, like this 423, or you should do 47. It ends with 3, right? So 9 7s are 63. So 7 9s are 63, 3 6 carried over, 9 4s are 36, 42. Yeah. It's just a guess because you have 47 here and 47 here. So we just guess that this should be divisible by 47. So you should try that. 47 how many times? 9 times. So 47 is common. So this is also simplifying the equations. Okay, it's like you're dividing by 47 throughout. It's like you're dividing by 47 throughout. Just a second, children. I have a very bad throat. 1 minute. Yeah. So yeah, I was telling you that it's like dividing by 47 throughout. Or you're taking 47 common like this. So anything is fine. You can even divide like this by 47 throughout, children. And that gives you x plus y is equal to 900. So here I've taken 47 common and then it comes to the other side for division. And on simplifying, you get 900. So here 22x minus 25x minus 3x. 25y minus 22y plus 3y. 21,000 minus 21,300 minus 300. So you can take out 3 common, minus 3 common. That is your choice. So you might think, why should I take minus 3? I'll take 3 common. Fine, whatever. So this is the other equation. X minus y is equal to 100 is the other equation, the fourth equation. So you can see that we have got simpler equations. In 3 and 4, we have simpler equations. So it's easy to solve now. Now we solve equations 3 and 4 to find the values of x and y.
Yes, ma'am.
This procedure can be used, that is the special method can be used only under this circumstance where the coefficients of x and y are exchanged. Not always. All right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See here, actually, I was supposed to conduct a test today, children, but since I'm late, like the first half an hour, I couldn't teach. So I'll do it in the next class. I'll continue the teaching session till 9:15 today. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, children. Yeah. So a man invested an amount at 12% per annum simple interest and another amount at 10% per annum simple interest. So two different amounts. Okay, that is two different amounts of money. Say he invests rupees X at 12% simple interest and rupees Y at 10% simple interest. He received an annual interest of 2,600. That is in annual interest, meaning for 1 year. From both the investments, his total annual interest, for annual meaning for 1 year. So interest on X, interest on this money X plus the interest on this money Y is equal to the total interest of 2,600. Because it's given, he received an annual interest of rupees 2,600. Only the interest, annual meaning for 1 year. So time is 1 year. And what is simple interest formula? PTR by 100 or PNR by 100. PNR by 100. Where P is X and Y. So X or Y. Time is 1 year and rate is 10%. So rupees X, 12% 1 year. So interest will be principal into time into rate by 100. You don't simplify, I'll tell you why. You can simplify, you'll get the same answer. What have I done? Okay, I'm not simplified. It's for a particular reason, I'll tell you why. You can simplify also, not that you will not get the answer or something. And the other one is rupees Y, 10% 1 year. So simple interest is principal into time 1 year into rate by 100, which is 10Y by 100. So now the total interest 12x by 100 plus 10y by 100 is equal to the total interest of 2600. So now it's easy to take the LCM. 12x plus 10y by 100 is equal to 2600. So 12x plus 10y is equal to cross multiply 2000. Oh, sorry, not 2000. Sorry. 26, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this understood? And you can now divide by 2 throughout. You can divide by 2 throughout. So you will get 6x plus 5y is equal to 130000. Understood this, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But if he had interchanged the amounts invested, interchange means first he had invested X rupees, 12% 1 year, and Y rupees, 10% 1 year. Now if he interchanges the amounts invested. That means 12% 1 year, 10% 1 year. Here he invests X rupees and here Y rupees. Is this correct? If he had interchanged the amounts invested.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he would have received rupees 140 less. So what is the interest? What is the interest?
2600 minus
140. Correct. So how do you find the interest? Principal into time into rate by 100. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then again principal into time into rate by 100. So this is the interest in the first case. This is the interest in the second case. And the total interest is 140 rupees less. So 2600 minus 140. This is the second equation. Solve the two equations to find the values of X and Y. Go through, children. Yeah, please go through. It's continued on the next slide. Go through this. Annual meaning 1 year. So time period is not given. But since it's given annual interest, it means for 1 year interest. So time is 1 year. PTR by 100 or PNR by 100, whatever. So now I did not see, you can simplify. I'm repeating this. You can simplify 6 times and 20 times, fine, or further 3 times and no, I went wrong in simplifying, sorry. 4 3s are 12 and 4 how many times? 25 times. You can simplify, but I did not simplify because if you have the same denominator 100, no, it's easy to take the common denominator. 100 is a common denominator, you can cross multiply. Okay. Now what do you observe here, children? Do you see that? 6, 6, 5, 5. Can you see that?
Yes.
ma'am.
So which method? Special
Yes, ma'am.
method. Now another thing is, it doesn't mean that if you use the elimination or the substitution method, you will not get the answer. You will get it. Suppose supposing you forget to notice that. Okay, you forget to notice that you can use a special method and you do it by the elimination method. You will get the correct answer. Just that when you use a special method, you get 2 simpler equations. So it is easy for you to solve. So it's not that, see, the thing is every other pair of equation cannot be solved using the special method. Special method can be used only in this situation. But when the situation is suitable for special method, you can also use the elimination or the substitution method. Elimination and substitution method is universally applicable to any pair of linear equations in 2 variables x and y. You can always solve them by using the elimination or the substitution method. So here also you can solve these 2 by the elimination or the substitution method. You will get the same answer for x and y. But it is easier to solve using the special method. So adding the 2 equations, subtracting the 2 equations, getting 2 new equations 3 and 4, solving them to find the values of x and y. I'm giving you time to go through the working, children. So 6x plus 5x is 11x. Here, so here was 11x and whatever here. 11 is common. And then 11 comes for division and this is what you get. Then you change the sign. So here we are adding. Here this is subtracting the 2 equations. 6x minus 5x. 5y minus 6y. Take the new sign. So get equations 3 and 4, solve equations 3 and 4 to find the values of x and y. All right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Each one of A and B has some money. Okay, each one of A and B has some money. If A gives, so that means let's say that A has X rupees and B has Y rupees. A has rupees X and B has rupees Y. Okay, each one of A and B has some money. If A gives 30 rupees to B, so if A gives 30 rupees to B, how much will A have? A will be left with
X minus 30, ma'am.
and how much will B have?
Y plus 30.
Y plus 30. Because when A gives 30 rupees to B, A will have 30 less and B will have 30 more. Now, then B will have twice the money left with A. B will have, read the equation and read the question and construct the equation. See, read it. B will have twice the money left with A. B will have meaning B equal to twice A. twice the money left with A. So twice B is equal to twice A. B will have meaning equal to. B will have meaning B equal to twice the money left with A, 2A. So that means B, y plus 30 is equal to 2 into x minus 30. Is for the first one. Then if B gives 10 to A, this is a new situation. Again, come from here. Come from here. Don't continue from here. Don't continue from here. It's a new situation. But if B gives 10 to A, so if B gives 10 to A, B will have y minus 10 and A will have x plus 10, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If B gives rupees 10 to A, B is giving, so minus 10. A is receiving, so plus 10. Then A will have, go here, see here, A will have thrice as much as left with B. So A will have meaning A is equal to thrice B. So A is equal to meaning x plus 10 is equal to thrice B, 3 into y minus 10. So these are the two equations. Solve to find x and y. Was that easy to construct the equations?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's what you can see here also, children. So money with A, let's do it together. Money with AX. Money with AX, B is Y. When A gives 30 to B, A is giving 30. So X minus 30, Y plus 30. And how do you construct the equation? See, it's given here. B will have, that means B meaning this one. B is Y plus 30. Will have means equal to twice the money left with A, 2 times. So 2 into whatever is left with A, X minus 30. Then open up the brackets, bring X and Y on one side and the number on the other side. Get the equation. Next one is when B gives 10 to A. So B is giving, so Y minus 10. So come back from the original. Don't continue from here. Not from here. From X and Y again. From X and Y again. Okay. So when B gives 10, Y minus 10. So he is receiving. So X plus 10. What is given? A will have meaning A equal to X plus 10 is equal to thrice as much as left with B. So 3 times B's money, 3 into Y minus 10. Will have meaning equal to. Again, open up the brackets and bring X and Y terms on one side, number on the other side. So like this, we have the two equations. Solve the two equations to find the values of X and Y. All right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, class, use the emoji, raise your hand. So at this point, we have Florentina, Madhumita, Danya, Arjun, Prajit, Shri Krishmi, Raja, Sashank, Jayant, Raghavi, Rakshita, Dilipan, Shri Ranjan. Somebody is missing. One person is missing. Anybody can find out?
Ma'am, Ritika.
Ritika. Right. Ritika, yeah. Thank you, Jayant. Ritika is missing.
Yes, ma'am.
Ritika was not there from the beginning, is it, children? I didn't notice. She was not there?
She came and then.
Ma'am, she was there.
Okay. Madhuri, somebody was saying, yeah. She came in.
She came at the middle, ma'am, and then now she left. I don't know why.
Fine, children.
Ma'am, can you show the questions of last class we did?
Yeah, everything will be shared today on WhatsApp. Around by 11:30, I'll share everything on WhatsApp. Today you will get it.
Okay,
Pakka.
ma'am.
Pakka, I'll share today. I'm going to share one PDF. The one which I had opened, at the beginning of the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that PDF will have the questions. I've compiled all the PDF and I've compiled all the questions in 4 different PDFs. So you will receive two. Yeah, you will receive 2 PDFs today. Take a printout of them, so you'll have all the questions. And
Fine,
then
ma'am.
I'll also share the answer slides. All these answer slides I'll share, so you can make a booklet and use that to practice.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, children. Look at this one. The students of a class are made to stand in rows. How many more we have in this? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 15 sums. Okay. All right. The students of a class are made to stand in rows. Okay. So now the students of a class are made to stand in rows. Now, children, see, now we know these two terms, rows and columns, right? Rows and columns. Now see here. So how many rows, children? How many rows? How many rows? How many rows?
3.
Ma'am, 6.
3 rows. 3 rows. How many columns?
6 columns.
6, ma'am.
6 columns.
6
ma'am.
columns. 6 columns. So totally how many dots?
18.
20.
3 6
18.
are 3 6 are 18 dots. We won't count 1 2 3 4 5 6. We won't count. The product of the rows and columns will give us the total count 18. Now there's another way of saying columns. There is another way of saying columns. 3 rows is 3 rows. But there's another way of saying columns. How can you say columns? Columns is the number of, now for example, in this case, number of students in each row. How many students are there in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 students in each row. And that's the number of columns, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How many rows are there, children? 3 rows. There are 3 rows. And how many students in each row? There are 6 students in each row. What is the 6? 6 is columns. So when we say number of students in a row is also the number of columns. Number of students in one row is also the number of columns. How many rows? 3 rows. How many students in each row? 6 students in each row. That is 6 columns. Okay. So the students of a class are made to stand in rows. If 4 students are extra on each row, there would be 2 rows less. So let number of rows be X and number of students in each row be Y. So number of students in each row is nothing but number of columns. Number of students in each row is also the number of columns. So total number of students will be X into Y, rows into columns. Is this understood? I've just made the assumptions. Is it understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If the number of rows is X and number of students in each row, which is nothing but the number of columns, is Y, then the total number of students is equal to X into Y. Now let's read the question. If that is, we're going to construct the equation using this idea that rows, number of rows into number of columns is equal to total number of students. This is the idea used to construct the equation. Number of rows into number of columns is equal to total number of students. And total number of students will not change. No, that say the number of rows and columns might change, but the total number of students will be the same. Now, in our example, we took 18 dots. No, we took 18 dots. So there we took 18 dots. We made 3 rows and 6 columns. You can also make 9 rows and 2 columns. 9 2s are 18. 6 3s are 18. Or you can make 6 rows and 3 columns. So the number of rows and columns may differ, but the total number of students cannot change. They'll remain the same. Okay. If 4 students are extra in each row, so that means how many students are there in each row? Y. 4 students are extra, so Y plus 4. There would be 2 rows less. How many rows are there? X rows. 2 rows less meaning minus 2. But what is so this is the new number of rows and columns. This is the new number of rows and columns. What is the product of the rows and columns? It is equal to the total number of students XY. This is the new number of rows. This is the new number of students in each row. But the product will be the total number of students, which is XY, which is fixed XY. Again, next one. If 4 students are less in each row, how many students are there in each row? Y. 4 students less, so Y minus 4. There would be 4 rows more. How many rows? X. 4 rows more, X plus 4. So this product also will be equal to XY. Yes or no, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what is the idea we're using? Number of rows into number of columns is equal to total number of students. Total number of students will be XY always. The number of rows and columns are changing. So open the bracket, like 8th standard, how do you multiply a binomial with a binomial? How do you multiply a binomial with a binomial? So X into the second bracket Y plus 4 minus 2 into the second bracket Y plus 4 is equal to XY. So then XY and XY on either side gets cancelled. Okay, XY gets cancelled on either sides, and then you have 4X minus 2Y is equal to 8. And when you divide by 2 throughout, you get 2X minus Y is equal to 4, which is the first equation. In the same way, construct the second equation, solve the 2 equations to find the values of X and Y. But the question is to find the total number of students in the class, which is XY. So after finding X and Y, that is the number of rows and number of columns, or number of students in each row, X into Y, 8 into 12, 8 into 12, 96. There are 96 students in the class. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
So you should practice, like when you have 2 equations, you must practice the substitution method. Mostly, see, okay, I cannot say that. They might specify, sometimes the heading will be solve for X and Y, in which case you can use any method. But sometimes it will be specified, solve for X and Y using the substitution method, using the elimination method. So both the methods you must feel very comfortable. And this chapter, I'll tell you, the procedure to solve the 2 equations must be very clear to you. So there's nothing much in this. Just read the question and you should know how to construct the equations. That's all. how we solve the equations is the same everywhere. There's no change. So you just have to understand the situation, construct the equations. So that's all in this. So you read the question confidently, understand the information, construct the equations. If you can construct the equations, then it is easy. There's nothing to revise every time in this. See, when I tell you that there's a test on word problems and linear equations, you don't have to tell me that, no, you didn't tell us to revise, we don't know and all that. You should know this always. This one is similar, children. Now let me ask somebody to do, do this. Are we all there? Okay. So see here, children, the area of a rectangle. The area of a rectangle gets reduced by 67 meters square when the length is increased by 3 and the breadth is decreased by 4. So we'll say let the original length be x. Let the original breadth be y. Okay, now they're doing some alterations. In the earlier question, what was it? Rows and columns, x rows, y columns. Then students xy. But then what was the information given in the question? They altered the number of rows and columns. So you got some new number of rows and new number of columns. And the product will be equal to xy because that will not change. Here also, it is here it is a rectangle. So here, if you alter the length and breadth, the area will change. That information is given here. In the case of number of students, when you alter the number of rows or columns, the number of students will be the same. Here it's a rectangle. When you increase or decrease the length and breadth, the area may be the same, may not be the same. You can't say. Okay, so we assume the original length and original breadth to be x and y. Now read the question. So what is the original area? What's the original area? L into B, so xy. Because a rectangle, no? Rectangle, L into B is the area, xy. The area of a rectangle gets reduced by 67 meters square when its length is increased by 3 and its breadth is decreased by 4. So this is the new length, this is the new breadth. The new length into the new breadth is equal to the new area. What's the new area? Original area minus 67. The area does not become 67. The area is reduced by 67. So whatever is the original area minus 67. New length into the new breadth is equal to the new area. Length is increased by 3. Breadth is decreased by 4. So plus 3 minus 4. Why are we multiplying? Why are we not adding? Why should we multiply? Because new length into the new breadth is equal to the new area. So this is the formula to find the area, L into B. So we are multiplying. It's not plus or minus here. And how do you find the new area? Whatever is the original area, because it's reduced minus 67. Next one, if the length is reduced by 1, again come back to this one. Don't continue with this. Come back to the original length and breadth. If the length is reduced by 1, so x minus 1 into breadth is increased by 4, y plus 4. So this is the new length, this is the new breadth. So the product is the new area. What's the new area? The area is increased by 89 square meters or meter square. So xy plus 89. So you need to again simplify the equations, solve them to find the values of x and y. Xy will get cancelled on both the sides. Xy will get cancelled on both the sides. Open the bracket. X into the second bracket plus 3 into the second bracket. When you open the brackets, xy and xy will get cancelled on both the sides. Here also, xy and xy will get cancelled on both the sides. So you get two equations. You can already see their coefficients, minus 4x and plus 4x. So you don't have to write equivalent equations. You can directly proceed to use the elimination method. So minus 4x plus 4x gets cancelled. Find y and hence find x. that understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, children. That's it for. So new students, Dileepan and who's the other one? Sri Ranjan. It was fine, right? The online session for both of you in terms of video and audio. I'm just
Yes, ma'am.
confirming again. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. All right, children. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Yeah, you may
Thank
leave the
you,
call.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you. Good night.